Hey guys, it's me from all the way at the end. So there's just a couple of things I forgot to mention. Before you start following along with this series, you should know that all the programs and software that I use in the series are free. You won't need to pay any licenses to use any of the materials or anything like that. The only thing that I would like to ask is if you do learn some stuff or you find that my framework is really useful for you, then maybe consider subscribing to my Patreon. So it takes a lot of time out of my day to make these videos and to make the framework itself. And I do all that for free. So if it does help you at all and you've got some spare money and you want to buy me a coffee, that'd be great. It's only $5 a month, which is it's like $1.25 a week. And for that, you get basically endless free updates to a program that allows you to make your own programs. All right, I guess I'll just get out of the way and let you carry on with the tutorial series now. Okay, thanks guys, see ya. Hi everyone, welcome to the start of a new series. So in this series, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own custom Java applications using a framework that I've made last year. So this is just like an example of a game that I'm working on right now, which you can see other videos on my channel about this, but this is kind of an example of stuff that you'll be able to make with the framework. And we can add stuff, and we got sound effects and things pop up, and we've got pathing and mobs and all sorts of fun stuff. So that's an example of what we can do. And this is video 1. So the first thing we're going to need to get started is the Java Software Development Kit. So this is basically a library that has all the Java functions and methods and everything, all the classes that we need to build our programs from. So what you want to do is just Google in your browser Java SDK, and then this here, www.oracle.com, click on that. And then you should see a page that looks like this. If you're watching in the future, there's probably a new version of Java, which I'd recommend you get the most recent version of Java. So just scroll down, and then here, excuse me, I'm just going to have a little drink. Right, so down here, there's a number of different versions. I'm on Windows. I would suggest, if you're following along with this series, to follow with Windows as well. If you're on Linux or Mac OS and you have a problem, I'm probably not going to be able to help you if it's specific to that operating system. But if you're on Windows and you have a problem, there's a good chance I'll know what the problem is. So anyway, click over to this Windows tab, and you want to select the installer for you, which is probably this one here. You download this. I'm going to cancel the download because I already have Java installed. Once that's installed, just open that up and run it, and I would recommend allowing Java to install in the default directory. It'll just make things easier in the future if you need to find where your Java is installed. Okay, so you should now have Java installed in your computer. If you want to check to make sure it is installed, you can open up the Windows menu and type cmd, open this command prompt, all right, and then type Java space dash version, and if you have Java installed, it will tell you here some information about the version of Java that you have. So you should see now that Java is installed on your machine. If you don't see Java here, then please just leave a comment below or something with some information about either what this says or more information about your problem. All right, so we'll assume that that's installed for you. Carrying on. The next thing you're going to need is Eclipse. So Eclipse is an IDE, which is basically a fancy word for a text editor. So this is the website. You just go to your browser and Google Eclipse IDE. So for me, it's the second link from the top. Right, then you want to download here, 2024. And then in this little banner here, they have some different versions. So get this one if you should be on Windows, and then scroll down there's a whole bunch of steps here you can follow to install your thing. The most important thing in this is just to click here when you get to this step in the installer. So you download this, you know, click download or whatever. I'm gonna cancel because I already have it downloaded. But then install it. When you get to this stage, make sure you select Eclipse for Java developers. Right, and then you go install. Then you should be able to launch Eclipse. So we'll just close this up now. Once it's installed, you should see something like this. Take a minute to load in. It might take a little longer on your machine because it will have to initialize a bunch of things. Now when you get in, it's probably going to ask you as well where you would like your workspace to be. Now the workspace is essentially a folder that's going to contain all of our projects. So when you make a new game, it's going to be in a project and that's going to go in your workspace. So wherever you want to keep your games on your computer that you're making and working on, that is where you should put your workspace folder as. Where mine is just in the C drive. I have a folder called Java, and then I have a subfolder in there called Eclipse, and then I have a workspace within that folder, and all my projects just go in there that I'm working on. When you open up as well, your window will probably look very different to mine. So there's a few things I'd recommend changing. So click on Window here, go to Preferences, then come to General, and go to Appearance, and then here you can change a theme. I personally think the dark theme is much easier on the eyes. It's a lot less stressful on the eyes rather than looking at white all day. So I'll be using the dark theme. If you want to make your code look the same as mine, then just select that, press apply and close. And my computer's frozen, which is just lovely. And it's going to reload all my code in. Okay, great. But it should look exactly the same once we open this up. And it does. Okay. Alright, so hopefully at this point you have Java installed and you have Eclipse installed on your machine. You should be at a point that looks, obviously you will not have a project open, but you'll be ready now to begin the series. So congratulations on finishing your first step towards making a Java application. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next tutorial.